Hello guys, I hope everyone have gone through this week coding question. So the first question, like, you'll be accepting a 12 hours time format and you have to change it into a 24-hour format. Okay, so this is what our question. So let us now implement this question in Python first, then you'll be moving on to C. So I'm gonna split up the inputs into hours, minutes, and second, and I'm gonna get it in a single line. So that's what I'm to make our process easier. I'm gonna do it. So x, y, z, I'm gonna use the variables x, y, z explicitly for hours, minutes, and seconds. And here I'm gonna get it as a string and split it up. So the character for split will be colon. And I'm gonna change the string type of x to integer, and I'm gonna get the um what the reminder with 12. So if so, why I'm getting the reminder with 12 means like if the character is PM or it is in AM, if it is PM means I'll be incrementing X with 12. If it is AM means I'll be leaving it as such for the 24-hour format. So I'm gonna get the value of modulus of 12 and then I'll be manipulating it. So to check whether it's an AM or PM, the second character along with AM or PM option will be in Z variable. So from second position, that is the second index position of Z, you will be having either it is AM or PM. So I'm going to check whether the second index of Z is P means I'm going to increment X value with 12, else I'm going to leave it as such. And later on I'm going to print it in the 24 hours format. So every digit should be in like it will be two-digit number, right? Since it's done 24 hours, you will be having two-digit obviously, and if it is one also, it should be represented in 0 1, right? So for that, I'm gonna give a formatting variable called 02D. So this will change 1 to 0 1, 2 to 0 2, like that. Okay, I'm gonna print X, and the end character will be colon, and then I'm gonna print Y. And finally, without AM and PM, I'm gonna print the seconds. So it will like till the second character. Yeah. So let us now check with the first test case. Yeah, perfect. So we are done with this program in Python. So let us now implement the same logic in C language too. So I'm gonna just change the compiler and the comment lines. Yeah. So here I need a header files like stdio.h, strict include stdio.h, and string.h for, since I'm gonna deal up with characters, I'm gonna need string.h and declaring the main function. Okay, so I'm declaring some variables int x, y, z for hours, minutes, and seconds respectively, and I'm getting these variables as integer type itself, since we can get a particular variable in particular format in C language. You have that format specifier, so it's pretty much simple than Python, since in Python you have to get the variables, split it up, and then you'll be manipulating, right? So here you no need of splitting up and all. You can just have, with using of formatting, you can just do it in C language. So that's an advantage. And here I'm gonna declare a variable D so that this will hold up the AM PM things. Okay, yeah. So if D is equal to P means I'm gonna increment the Z value. Sorry, it will be X value. I'm gonna take the model of x, and I'm gonna increment the x value by 12. So finally I'm gonna print it out. So we like 0 2d colon 0 2d colon 0 2d. Okay, and the values will be x, y, and z. Yeah. So here we'll be checking out with the third test case, just copying out the value and pasting it up. Fine, great. So we are done with the first question. So let us now dive into the second question. So second question is like you'll be getting two arrays A and B of size m and n respectively. So what you have to do is, it's like a game. You need to subtract the values of the array A. In each iteration, you'll be taking each value from array B and you'll be subtracting with each and every character of A. For example, when you take the test case 1, the values of array A is 3, 5, 3, 3 and values of array B is 1, 1, 1. Okay. So for the first iteration, I will be taking the first one and I will be subtracting with all the characters of all the values of array A and I am printing the value, that is 2, 4, 4, 2, 2. Okay. And now we have to consider these value, and again for the second iteration you will be considering the second value of array B and it will be subtracting this value from this array. So the game goes on until the values are not negative. If any of the subtraction is negative, it will be displayed as game over. Okay. So it is meant that if any of the values is 0, that will be the last iteration and the next iteration will be obviously game over. So that's what I understood. So let us now implement this thing in Python first. So when you understand this particular logic, it's pretty much simple. Okay. So the first thing is I have to get the m value from the user, and I will be getting m values of array A. So map of n comma input dot split of you can just give colon of m2. So to restrict to n values, m values, and then I'm gonna get the n value, and I'm gonna get the values of b array comma input dot split. Okay, so we're all set. So I'm gonna check whether 0 is in A. If it is so, I'm gonna set the flag value equal to 1. So yeah, so if the flag value is equal to 1 means it will be first, in the first case itself it will be like game over, right? So if it is not so, I'm gonna set flag value is equal to 0. Okay, only if the flag value is equal to 0, I'm gonna iterate to the arrays. Okay, so for I in range of n and for I in j in range of m, I'm gonna set a of j minus equal to b of I. Okay, so we have now calculated the value. So this will hold the values. For example, this will hold these values for the first iteration. So it will be taking all the values of array A and the first value of array B, and for the second iteration all the values of array A and the second value of array B, like that. And it will be subtracting the values and storing the value in the same array itself. Okay. So now I'm gonna check for j in A. If j is lesser than 0, if it is a negative number, I'm gonna set f is equal to 2. So f is equal to 1 means it has a 0 value. F is equal to 2 means it has a negative value. So that's what it means. Okay. Break. I'm gonna break it out of the loop. Okay. So L if j equal to 0 means I'm gonna set f is equal to 1. Yeah. I'm gonna set f is equal to 1. So out of this for loop, so it will be breaking only out of this loop, right? So out of this for loop, if f is equal to 2 means I'm gonna break it out of this whole loop itself. Else I'm gonna print all the values of a, and if f is equal to 1 means I'm gonna, since f is equal to 1 means what does it mean? It has a 0 value. So I'm gonna break it for the next loop. And out of these loops I'm gonna print game over. It might be a bit confusing, but it's pretty much dead easy when you understand the logic behind. So when you understand all the parameters of this question, it will be damn easy, but it will be a bit confusing when you hear it. So let me run the first test case. Yeah. So it will be 4, and I'm gonna give 4 values 3, 5, 3, 3, and 3, 1, 1, 1. So it will be giving 2, 4, 2, 2, 1, 3, 1, 1, 0, 2, 0, 0, game over. Yeah. So you can see that when all the values are positive, it will be going to the second iteration. Since we have a 0 value in here, the next iteration will be obviously game over. That's it. Now let us now implement the same logic in C language, and let me change the compiler and the comment. Yeah. So here we are gonna declare the header file stdio.h and the main function, and declaring the variables m and n and an array of size m and array of size n. First I'm gonna get the n value from the user, m value from the user. So let me just declare these arrays then, so that it will be not showing any errors. So a of m, I'm declaring an array, and I need variables, iterative variables I and j, right? So I'm declaring that here itself. So first I'm gonna get the values of array a. So I is equal to 0 and I is lesser than m, I plus plus scanf ampersand t percentage a of I. Okay, so then I'm gonna get the value n, and I'm declaring a variable array of size n, and I'm gonna get the values of array b now. So I is equal to 0, I is lesser than n, I plus plus scanf ampersand d percentage d ampersand b of I. Okay, you're done. So I'm gonna declare a flag variable which is initially set to 0. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna check is either it has a 0 value in it. If it is so, I'm gonna break it out. Yeah. So for I is equal to 0, for I is lesser than m and I plus plus, if a of I is equal to 0 means I'm gonna set f is equal to 1 and break. Okay, so if f is equal to 0 means I'm gonna proceed further. That is, I'm gonna get in the iteration of the game. So for I is equal to 0, I is lesser than n, I plus plus. for j is equal to 0, j is lesser than m, j plus plus. Here we will be doing a of j minus equal to b of I. Okay, yeah. So if a of j is equal to 0 means I'm gonna set f is equal to 1. Else, if it is not 0 means, and if a of j is lesser than 0 means I'm gonna set f is equal to 2. And break it out of the for loop. Okay. So outside this for loop, that is the second one, I'm gonna check if f is equal to 2 means I'm gonna break it out. Else I'm gonna print all the values of a. Okay, so for I is equal to 0, I is lesser than m, I plus plus, printf percentage d space comma a of I. It will be like j so that it doesn't confuse us. Yeah, it will be obviously confusing, so let me just change the variable name of the value itself to avoid confusion. Okay, so and then I'm printing a new line, and if f is equal to 1 means I'm just breaking out of this for loop. Okay, yeah. So out of this whole loop I'm gonna print, or out of this thing I'm gonna print game over. I guess I'm pretty much done, so let me just check again. Okay, I'm just checking the block of words is correct or not. Okay, so if is equal to 0, within it I'm going to declare a variable, for loop. Okay, and yeah, oops, within this else I'm gonna use this, not, yeah, I didn't declare k yet, so let me just declare it. So let us now check with the second test case. So 7 7 6 9 8 5 6 3 3 1 3 8 2 9 output. It will be like 4 4 3 6 5 2 3 3 2 5 4 1, game over. Yeah, perfect. So it's the same logic. I've changed only the syntax, nothing much I did. Yeah guys, we have done with the 2 questions of this week. So if you have any doubts, you can reach out to our discussion forum. Thank you.